This is a military field manual, which established militaries use as well. And what's grim about it, of course, is that it's describing war crimes. It's
Mm.
describing the guidance on how to commit war crimes, namely taking hostages, killing them, um, ensuring their compliance by torturing them using electric prods and so forth, and then using them for bargaining in what looks like it was intended to be a protracted standoff. The documents like these circulate in war zones. I was given a copy by the IDF, and I found it in independent means as well. But the provenance of the document is that it was found in what's, I believe, a car that Hamas had used when it
Mm.
had infiltrated Israel on the 7th of October.
And how long is it? And what? I mean, I'm sure it's pretty grim reading, but what does it say?
It's pretty short. It's maybe half a dozen pages long, and it's straightforward. I mean, this is a military field manual, which established militaries use as well. And what's grim about it, of course, is that it's describing war crimes. It's
Mm.
describing the guidance on how to commit war crimes, namely taking hostages, killing them, um, ensuring their compliance by torturing them using electric prods and so forth, and then using them for bargaining in what looks like it was intended to be a protracted standoff.
And and I mean, I mentioned that it said that one of the things within it is to get rid of difficult hostages. Is that true?
Yes, that's the top line advice. It is first you figure out who these hostages are, and then you find which ones are going to cause trouble and you kill them. You separate the women and children, and then you make sure that the hostages have no way to harm even themselves. They contemplate the possibility that these hostages might want to commit suicide. Make sure they can't do that.
Gosh, I mean, this is it's truly grim, and all reading about this and speaking about this in real time, as we know that there are around about 212 Israelis in exactly this situation, makes it even grimmer. Does the handbook say anything about the political aims of what they're trying to effect through this?
It says that the hostage takers should be in communication with the political leaders when they have the hostages. Now, what's I think really surprising about the manual is that it's not envisioning the scenario that we actually have, which is hundreds of hostages being taken to Gaza. Instead, it's envisioning a scenario where the hostages are being taken in presumably standoffs in the 30 odd communities that were attacked by Hamas on the 7th of October.
Mm.
So it's a grim scenario that it paints. It's also slightly different from the one that we see.
Yes. And we heard at the weekend, of course, that two hostages were released. What does it say in the manual about releasing hostages?
Nothing at all. It does suggest that there's negotiation that will take place, that negotiation should take place at the highest levels if possible, but you need to be in communication with your colleagues who are not in the field with you. I think that the game has really changed now with these hostages in Gaza territory because the negotiation for them can take place much more easily in a consolidated way and with the many governments who are involved.
Mm. And finally, does it say anything about keeping them safe? Because obviously, people's concerns in terms of a bombardment or a ground invasion is that, well, is the fate, the safety, the survival of those hostages. Does it say anything about that?
What it does say is not particularly humane. I mean,
Right.
the reason that they want to be kept safe is because they're valuable.
Yeah.
So it says kill them if they cause trouble, kill them if it's helpful to stop an assault, or if there's poison gas that's used, then use them that way, and then use them as human shields. So, insofar as they care about the fate of these hostages, it seems to be only because they're more valuable alive than dead.
Okay. Well, as expected, that is as grim as I thought it would be. But Graeme, thank you for telling us about it. That's Graeme Wood. He's a staff writer at the Atlantic, and he's seen this hostage taking handbook given to Hamas fighters.
It's